Welcome to Farley Way, the home of Quorn Football Club. In the 2024-2025 season, Quorn were crowned champions of the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands Division after winning the league on 103 points, winning 31 of a possible 40 games, losing only one. Non-League Connect had the pleasure of spending some time with the players, coaches and staff at Quorn as they geared up for their home friendly against OGM Black Country. First off, we spoke to good friend of Non-League Connect's and assistant manager Sean Wilkes. So, Sean, good to see you again.
And you?
Last time we were here, it was watching you lift the trophy.
Yep.
From the Northern Premier League, pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands Division.
Yep.
Of course, pre-season's kind of almost been and gone, still a little bit left. But what has it been like so far between the end of last season and then up to now?
Had a good break, like a really good break. Said to myself, and I'm sure a lot of the players had a good rest after the league last season. Feel like pre-season's been a bit more of a slog this year compared to last year. I think because we beat Brackley, Spalding last year. I think people are expecting us to go and beat Tamworth and teams like that higher end of the non-league system.
Yeah.
But when you're playing teams like Tamworth, there was like 5 or 6 players that played against Spurs. So to draw with them, and it's been a tougher pre-season. I think the only pressure we've really faced is the one we've added to ourselves. But I think pre-season's been good, not lost. So
that's even better. I mean, because obviously you're going up to a new division.
Yeah.
I suppose the friendlies have been kind of catered towards maybe the opposition that you could be facing next season. Because you mentioned Tamworth.
Yeah.
And obviously that's a good opponent to have faced and a great result to have had. Going into a season where you're going to be facing more and more teams that, I don't know, structure themselves the way that they do, perhaps.
Yeah. I think Bez has tailor-made the pre-season schedule to how we might face certain teams in the league.
Yeah.
In sort of quick succession, we had Tamworth and a turnaround Thursday night Hinckley, so it's getting as many minutes in, but facing different styles, different teams, having home games to get the crowd to see new signings, going to away games. I mean, the first game was at Newark and Sherwood on a pitch that had no grass on, and some of the players were like, "What's going on here?" But managed to get through it. It's just been different experiences.
Yeah.
And playing step 1 to step 5, and obviously tonight OGM, and now in step 6. So had a good mix.
Obviously this is a new experience for you, I think, going into step 3.
Yeah.
Right. What do you know about it? What have you heard about step 3? I mean, what are you looking forward to going into a new division?
I'm sort of relatively going into the unknown personally. I've tried to watch a few teams, a few clips. Bez played for Tamworth in step 3, and I used to message him saying he'd put me on the gate. So I've watched him play, and I know the style is very sort of back to front, ball in the air a lot. Obviously Colville were very good in step 3 as well, so it was nice to watch them at the time. So, but I think the game's changed now when you look at the teams like Harborough, who are bringing in players from Brackley.
Yeah.
Football's changed since Colville were in it, and that was like 2-3 seasons ago. So there's a lot more money being spent, a lot more better players. So we're playing a lot more teams I'd probably call monsters that want to sort of get up to that National League North or South. Yeah,
and that's, of course, I mean, countrywide as well, locally especially, it's really heating up. Staying on the league as well next season, very generic question, what's the aim? What are you hoping to get out of it? I imagine you want to stay in the competition.
Stay in the league.
Division.
Stay in the league.
Is that just simply, that's the focus?
Even if it's on goal difference or a point up. It's funny because I've been looking on Twitter and or X now, and we're getting predicted to finish bottom.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what we achieved last season doesn't really count for anything, and I understand that because step 4 to 3 is a massive jump.
It is. But
it's nice to see us get written off because
motivation,
too right. Like it's not a free hit season, but it's the highest club's been for a long time, and we've got to prove something now. Like these accounts that are predicting where we're going to finish, and as long as we focus on ourselves and attack every game like we did last year and give it 100%, 110%, then can't ask for anything more.
And of course, I mean, going into a new season, There must be things that excite you, like you've mentioned a few already. But is there a team in particular that you're looking forward to going away? Are there a few away trips maybe?
Hales Owen, I'm looking forward to that one,
Yeah.
just purely because how many fans they bring. That'll be quite intense.
Yeah.
Harborough, obviously, is quite local, and what journey they're on is like. I would love to go Spain on a pre-season tour. I think that'd be quite cool.
I've seen that, yeah. Skeggy is about as far as
yeah. I've not even been to Skeggy with football.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm just looking at. I think it'll feel real on August 9th. But it's like Worcester as well. They're at Six Ways, bigger than Bournemouth. They're going to have a big gate. It's going to be something to soak up. It's something I'm personally not used to, but I'm just really excited to get going.
And on yourself, of course, I think when I was speaking to you a couple of seasons ago, maybe 3 seasons ago, 2 seasons ago, do you reckon?
Yeah.
At Ingles, was it?
Yeah.
What's 3 seasons maybe, let's say, been like as a coach? Yeah, how fun has it been?
Whirlwind roller coaster for me personally. I feel like going from manager to assistant has took a bit of weight off. I feel like when I was manager at Ingles, it's obviously a club that is very sustainable into a new ground, rather than going, right, here's a budget, let's go and push at all costs. And that's something I respect at Ingles, that they don't go beyond their means.
No, you don't see it a lot. And when you do see
no,
it, it's nice.
And you go there and it's like, if you're a ground opera or fan, or you're always welcome there. I feel like when I was at Ingles, it was a good education for me personally. Going into step 4, again, I felt out of my depth at the start. I really did at pre-season, but luckily Bez has opened a massive door for me personally, and I've loved the ride. And like I say, I'm feeling like nervous a little bit less now, but again, I'm going into the unknown at step 3. There's not many players that do that jump from 6 to 4 to 3 in a time scale of like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
For a coach or player, it's like very unheard of. But like I said to you at the rugby game, like I'm here on merit. I'm here for what I've achieved in the game, and want to go and push it as far as I can. And the football's a lot different.
No, and it can be daunting, I suppose, like I said, because there's players and coaches who in step 3 at this league that you're going to go into that will have been there for a while and stuff. And then there's going to be players and coaches coming into it who have never done at that level, never played at that level. So I suppose you feel like a bit of an outsider sometimes. Is it imposter syndrome is kind of the right thing? Or not quite?
I did suffer that last summer.
Yeah.
I'll hold my hands up. Like I did when you look at some of the players we've got, like I use Zach Goodson and Rico, the captain, for example. Like I see them on the ball and they glide past players, and like you don't really see that in step 6. They've got a gift where they can move the ball and move at speed, and I had to get used to it quick.
Yeah.
But like I say, assistant manager is a lot different to manager. I feel being a manager, it can, if you've not got good people around you, it can affect you mentally. That's like not as a deep subject. You've got to have good people around you. Luckily at Ingles, had my best mate assistant, who's now a manager, had Adam, the chairman, who backed us even when the first season we were struggling. Like I said, Quorn, I've loved every minute of it, and the people at the club, they've given me so much in a short space of time for myself and other people as well. And like I say, it's a journey I just want to keep going with.
First game of the season is we just under 2 weeks away.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Worcester City.
Yeah.
Who were winners of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's the first block of fixtures, so to speak.
Yeah.
You've got Worcester, and you've also got 2 sides who finished just outside the playoffs, and 2 who finished nearer to the relegation zone.
Yeah.
One of them in the relegation zone in Barwell.
Yeah.
So how do you look at that kind of thing? Is that a good first set of fixtures, or do you not think that exists? Do you not think it matters so much?
The cliche thing is we've got to play them twice through the season, but I'm looking at that and thinking Worcester's going to be difficult purely for the players they've brought in. The stadium they've got is a massive factor in recruiting players. But like I say, we took 4 points off Worcester, but they'll be good. They'll be ready to go. Like they've had a strong pre-season playing League 2 clubs and things like that. Then next game is Stourbridge. Like another massive club in that sort of in the West Midlands area. just try and rack up as many points as possible till I'd say the benchmark will be the FA Cup round, where we can sort of assess, and we've got individual targets, we've got team targets, but just try and win every game and show no fear.
That's cool. Second to last, we put a post out asking for some messages, and Jack Samples got in touch. So this is for you.
Oh God.
It's for so you've got 2 free transfers, wages and no object, but it can only be 1 step 3 player and 1 step 4 player. Who are you going for? No pressure. Name your names.
I'm close mates with a player for Anstey, and I've always loved him, but us and Anstey, there's no love lost between us both. But I'll go safe, and I'll go Henry Beswick purely for his work rate. Yeah. He does not stop running, and I think it'd do his ego good if he's seen this clip as well. Step 3 player. We played Danny Newton, who's at Harbour now. Like, he played a pre-season here for Brackley, and he scored this goal like half volley, and I was like, wow.
I think I
heard wow, it was an unbelievable finish for someone that's achieved a lot in the game, played professional. Just having that option would be unbelievable. So yeah, them 2.
Lovely. After this, we sat down and had a chat with the player manager at Quorn, Ryan Beswick. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Now, exciting season ahead. Pre-season still underway though. So we've just spoken to Sean about what, he's kind of how he's found pre-season. How have you found it? What are some of the, pros and cons so far? Kind of thing.
It's been a long one.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. Last year when we came in, it was quite an easy one because we were still step 4, a small team in step 4, and you move up a league and you're step 3, and it's like you've got a bigger pool of people to pick from, and your phone number's out there more, so it's constant with players getting in touch, agents, managers, recommendations from people I know on players. So it's been really tough to manage the stuff that's away from the field, in terms of I don't want too many people coming to train, and if we wanted, we could have had 50 people down here some nights because of the amount of people that want to come and see us, just because we've gone up to step 3, not because we're a massive club or anything, but because of the status we've got now, that there's not many around here that are step 3 as well. So it's been tough, but we're near the end now, so yeah, hopefully we can crack on with a proper game soon.
Yeah, I did hear that obviously after you've been promoted and everything, that obviously there's a lot of interest in that. There's a lot of people that get in touch, kind of thing. Have you had that before, or is it now just because of obviously what's happened?
I think it's just obviously first season's manager was last year, so I didn't know any different to last year, and it wasn't nowhere near like this season. It was we pretty much rolled in. We had a few people we looked at that we identified quite early, and then from then on it was just stick with the same bunch. But this year it's been every week I've got new people that want to come, and it's good. Obviously it's good, it means the club's moving in the right direction, but it's hard at the same time to manage all that time that you need to spend with people.
One of the pre-season friendlies that we've had already was against Tamworth. Big one to mention. A great result against them as well. A good draw. Sean spoke about kind of obviously what pre-season's about and everything, but going into step 3 and things like that, obviously the fixtures pile up at certain times in the season. Is that something you've prepared for in pre-season? A quick turnaround kind of thing from one game to another, or
ish? Yeah, you can't really prepare for that in this season because it's completely different. The weather's different, the pitches are different, the players' mindsets are completely different. Like, we're missing again another load tonight that are on holiday, and people who are playing. So against Tamworth the next morning, people flying away, so they don't put their all in as much just in case they get injured, so they're not hobbling around on the beach. But we've had some good games. I think we're going to have 8 in total over the 6 weeks, which is enough really to get enough minutes in the legs. And we've had different tests for Tamworth. I know what they're about. I really get on with them, and good people there. And we knew they would be physical and stick it on us and make us defend, and they did. And that was what we wanted to get out of it, because step 4 to step 3, I think there's a huge jump in level, especially physicality. I think there's a lot more teams that will look to bully you at step 3 compared to step 4, and we've got to try and understand and realise that they're the tests we're going to face week in, week out.
What do you think is going to be required from you yourself coming into this season, because it's a promotion, it's a step up, so what kind of do you think about yourself, maybe when you're not talking to other coaches or players, what you expecting from yourself almost?
To try and stay calm.
Yeah.
I've never been in a team that's been odds on to get relegated or is going to be down there. So it's sort of flipped on me a bit, where I've got to taper what I can expect from the lads, because everybody knows we pay literally half of what the next lowest payers are. So it's a massive gulf in money, which money doesn't mean everything, but it does at the same time in these levels, because you can't afford the quality at the top end and even the middle of our league. So it's about staying calm. It's about being realistic. It's about not expecting too much from the play. Like, my expectations and standards are high, but at the same time I've got to understand the level and where a lot of our players have spent the majority of their careers. We've had a lot of lads that spent a lot of time at Step 5, Step 6 recently, and if you look at some of the other clubs that are, especially the top half, they've probably never even heard of Step 5 or Step 6, some of their players. So there's a massive gulf, and we've just got to try and enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. Just enjoy it as much as you can. Obviously nobody likes losing, but we will lose a lot more than we did last year, and hopefully we enjoy the ride.
To speak of the squad, between the end of last season and now, what's changed in terms of incomings, outgoings, just in general?
So 4 have gone, and we've got maybe 6 come in. Okay. We tried to add a bit of experience from Step 3 players, because I just think the golf's so big, like I said, and we needed players that have recently been at Step 3 to come and help us, because we were a mid-table Step 4 side that just did something unbelievable last year. So we needed a lot of help to try and bridge the gap between us and survival in Step 3. So hopefully the lads we've brought in that can add not just quality on the pitch, but help in terms of little things, like when you go to an away ground that we've never been to, they'll go, oh, that sloped like that, or this player does this. Okay. So it will help the group that we've got knowledge of them teams and stuff. So that's what we've gone for, and we're quite a young group as well. If you look across the board,
I noticed.
We've got quite a lot of young lads, which I like, because they're very coachable and they want to do the right thing. So it'll be good for them to see how they get on and how we progress as a group as well.
We put a post out over the week asking people for questions to give to you. Someone, Jack Samples, gave us quite a few.
Did it?
One that we've asked Sean, I want to ask you it as well, just see what your answers are. He's asked, you've got 2 free transfers, wages and no object.
Wow.
But you can, but it can only be 1 Step 3 player and 1 Step 4 player. Who are you going for? Is what he's asked.
1 Step 3 player, 1 Step 4 player.
Yeah.
I will go Step 3 player. I don't know.
There's no, you don't have to answer. It's not my question.
No, I want to answer it. That's a good question. Who's brilliant at Step 3? I don't know. Step 4 probably be a bit easier. I'll go with... I like Evan Garnett, striker at Long Eaton.
Okay.
Yeah, good striker, him. Step 3, I'm not sure. I've not been there in a couple of years.
Maybe we'll ask you after this.
I'll shout little Devin Kelly-Evans, my mate. He's just gone to Harborough. Little Dev. Great player. He's just signed for Harborough. He's coining it in there. He's on a massive deal. So he's on probably more than our squad put together. So we can't afford him. But great player and great lad as well.
Cool. And then finally, for the supporters that are going to be coming to a different season this year, anything you want to say to them, a message maybe?
Keep coming.
Like
Just keep coming. Yeah, we like the back end of last year, our numbers grew and grew and grew, and it was lovely for the boys. It still feels a bit like we are a village club and people are here just to be here. We'd like to see more and more numbers, and a bit of noise would be nice, but it's good to see that there are regulars that are coming back and back again because they've enjoyed it. But we want to see more and more, and hopefully we can produce some good stuff and provide a miracle that they can all get behind.
A big thank you to both Sean Wilkes and Ryan Beswick. Moving on from the coaches, it was time to talk to some of the squad ahead of the new season. So starting with a question about pre-season.
Yeah.
What's it been like for you? What have you managed to get to at this stage of the pre-season?
I feel like the main objective of pre-season is always to come in, blow the cobwebs off, which I feel like we've done. But training session by training session, as a group, I feel like we've worked really hard. We've worked on specific things. Obviously, the running side of it, which we'll need for this league up in the season, and as well as the tactical and technical side of things. So pre-season's been good so far.
Pre-season's always tough, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as this year finishes, your mind goes to next year straight away, because you dread all the runs and stuff. But yeah, it's been positive. Obviously, we've had a few new lads in. They've gelled really well. Obviously, even by the results of like the pre-season games, I feel like we've played some higher opposition and we've given them a good battle. So I think we're going into the season very optimistic. So yeah, I think it's been good.
Probably indulge too much on the food and the beers over the time that we have off. So yeah, just getting fit. Obviously we do. We make a joke, say that we are Quorn running club. Like Bez does get us running a lot, and I'm a big advocate of making sure the lads make sure they do all the runs and stuff, because when you are fit, it does make football a little bit easier. So yeah, all good really. I think we've had a pretty steady pre-season. Just a few things that need tweaking, but that will come with time. So yeah.
What have you made of the squad so far from the end of last season, to now? Changes and things.
We've made some really good improvements.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of lads. We've signed a lot of lads that were top level of step 4, and we signed a lot of lads with experience from step 3 who are just going to really add to the dressing room. They're really good lads as well. So I think our gaffer's really, he's had a good dip in the market, and he's brought some really good talent in to add to already what we've got.
When a new season starts, it's always normal to have new faces, new players come in. It's just about making them feel welcome and making sure that they're adapting to the way we play as well.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with how that's looking. A good friend of mine, Simeon's just come in forward from Sporting Councillor, and he's scored his first 2 goals on Tuesday. Great. He's looking sharp. So hopefully after his suspension, he's going to play a big part in the squad.
Yeah. Obviously me playing with Coxie back there, obviously could be a new partnership, and obviously I've played against Simeon probably 30 times over the years, so I know what Sim's about. Obviously we've got some other good players coming in. Just getting the gelling together. Obviously the way that we want to play might be different to the way that they've done it before at previous clubs, so everyone singing off the same hymn sheet, and I'm sure we'll be fine.
I kind of like being an underdog. I think for me personally, it gives me a little bit more fire in the belly. And I hope that's for the whole group as well. Obviously, I don't look at it as we are underdogs. We're all fighting for the same league positions at the end of the day, and if we can kind of cement our place in there, I think that's a positive. But I think the aims of the group is to finish high as possible.
Yeah. As a goalkeeper, what are you expecting from some of the forwards that will be coming your way at step 3? Anybody you got your eye on already, maybe? Or is it just generally kind of?
There's some really good forwards, especially in this division. There's no secret. There's a lot of money flying around in the division. I'm not going to name teams or players individually, but there's going to be a lot of challenges this year. There's going to be no easy games. Not that there was last year, but we've just got to always be on our toes. We kept a lot of clean sheets last year, and I've got personal targets, but there are going to be some very good forwards. There's a lot of experience that's dropped down from the leagues, and we've just got to always be under the understanding that at any point that we could be in danger. So we've just got to always be on our toes and just do what we did last year.
Going into a new season is very exciting. It's a step up. We know it's going to be a challenge, but the main thing is just taking it game by game. I know probably there's not much high expectations of us, but I feel like we can surprise a few teams this season, and as I said, we've got a good group, good gaffer, so if we listen to his instructions, work well as a team, I feel like we'll be able to do well this season. So yeah, like
most leagues, like when you go up, the quality obviously rises, so we're expecting that, but like the gaffer said, like constantly, if you're willing to run harder and run further than the opposition, then you always have a chance. So I think that's just where we are, but we know we have the quality on the ball as well to break teams down.
It's going to be absolutely nowhere near, as not the word easy, but it's going to be way more challenging this year. I think we, as a back 4, we had a really good year last year. We were all very, very tight knit, and we've kept a lot of the lads. To be fair, it's been very. Not much change in the back line. We've got Coxie, who's a great addition. He's a great defender. Knows how to. He's a great block the ball. He's a brave lad. So he's a great addition to the back line.
And you need that.
We've got Mason, Jack, Sylv, Jasper. We've got a great back line. So all we need to do really is just keep to the principles that we had last year, and as long as we do that, we communicate well, don't get onto each other's backs. That's my role, not to do that. So yeah, as long as we do that, we give ourselves the best chance. Sometimes you can't help a goal going in. The quality in this league is there to be seen. But as long as we do our due diligence and we try our hardest, there's no reason why we can't keep 10, 15 clean sheets. Personal target 10.
Awesome.
Go on from there.
A reminder that Non-League Connect is back this coming Saturday, the 9th of August, for the first matchday live show of the 2025-2026 season. The stage is all set for fireworks, disappointment, and the usual chaos of non-league football, and you can catch every moment of that here in Leicestershire and switch on Non-League Connect Matchday Live every Saturday from 2:35pm onwards. Live phone-ins, live score updates, and quality music. Now back to the pre-season show. Now, by yourself, who in the squad are you looking forward to seeing the most at Step 3? Playing against the teams that you can be playing against. Who kind of looking...
There's no secret who we've got a lad called Zach Goodson who, in my opinion, the way he moves the ball, the way he glides on it, the way his technical ability, in my opinion, he's as good as a National League level footballer, National League North, National League South, National League. He's been at that level, and he's an absolutely quality player. And I can't wait to see him, on that ball like he was last year, dictating the game. So yeah, if I had to pick one player who I'm really looking forward to watching, every time Zach's on the ball, everyone's eyes are very much on the game as if something's going to happen.
Yeah. What are some key kind of objectives do you think as a squad that you need to incorporate to do well in those opening 5 games or so? What do you think you're going to look for?
Yeah, I think one of the most important things, the way we start, is making sure that we're hard to beat. So that's for our shape defensively. I feel like we can always score up on the other end of the pitch.
Definitely.
So it's just about keeping goals out the net and being solid at the back. So yeah.
After chatting to a few players in the squad, we took a look off the pitch at Quorn and spoke to the football club secretary and good friend of ours, Adam Etheridge. Great to see you again. Last time we spoke was when we came down to do a bit of commentary on the trophy lifting game against Rugby. Obviously, a while back now, a few months. From the end of that season to the beginning of kind of now, what have you had to do? What's your role here at Quorn looks like? If you can explain that in a few minutes.
Oh, wow.
Which you probably can't, but...
Yes, it's impossible to condense into a few sentences. It's intense. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Ryan, and it feels as though, like you say, it's only been 3 months maybe since that trophy lift, but it feels like another lifetime. It's so much has happened since then with just player signings, trying to get things sorted so that the stadium's ready for the following season, which it doesn't sound like there's a lot to do, but there is. And then there's grant applications to put in to complete the works that we need to do before the end of March. So all of that's been going on in the background, plus sponsorship, and there's so many things.
A lot of jobs.
It's all gone out of my head, but believe me, there's a lot. It's non-stop.
Have you managed to have a break at all from the game?
No.
Just straight into it.
My partner and I, we went to Cromer for about a day and a half.
Lovely.
And I had to get back here for the first pre-season game.
Yeah.
The second pre-season game. Yeah. So I managed to squeeze a night away between 2 pre-season games, and that's it.
Your life, when you do this, it does revolve around the game and your role, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everything has to fit around that kind of thing.
Which is basically, yeah.
Which is good because you enjoy it, don't you? Please say yeah, because otherwise.
Enjoy. You know what? I joke about it, but I do love my job. I love being involved in non-league football. Rewarding's probably the wrong word, but if I wasn't doing this, I don't know what I'd do with myself. I really don't. So I'm lucky and I'm grateful to everyone involved at the club that they keep me around here and let me carry on doing what I'm doing, stealing a living from them, basically. It's I feel quite blessed with that. I'd like to think I'm relatively good at certain aspects of it. I know there are bits that I'm not as good at as I need to be, and one of those aspects is communication. I'm terrible when it comes to communication on certain aspects of things. Sometimes you'll send me a message and you'll get an answer straight away. Other times I'll pretend that I haven't read it so that you don't get the blue ticks on WhatsApp, and I can just leave it for about a week and buy a bit of time.
Yeah, we all do that.
Yes, so communication I need to improve at. But in terms of things with, as you mentioned about new skills I've learned, it's always learning new skills. Yeah. Last season, one of the things I ended up doing, I think it was Loughborough students came here and the urinal got blocked. So there I was with my big gloves trying to figure out how to unblock a urinal. Yeah. And of course, I unscrewed the cup off the bottom, and I thought this is going to be the right thing to do. This is going well. I can feel it unscrewing and unscrewing and unscrewing. I think this is going to be absolutely fine. I've got a bucket underneath. Nothing could go wrong. And of course, that vacuum, it pushed it pushed it back up all over my face. What a day. What a time to be alive. And you just don't think that you're going to be doing that as a football club secretary when you come in the morning.
But there you are. So, finally, how much are you looking forward, just for a second, to Quorn being in step 3 and all the challenges that are going to come, all the memories that are going to come between now and next May?
Well, I hope that they're positive memories.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there'll be highs, but there'll be lows. But I think we're a fairly level-headed bunch. Ryan leads by example, and he doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. I got that sense, yeah. And I think that really keeps a bit of a balance. We haven't had a lot of adversity over the last year in terms of results. But on the odd occasion where we've had a poor performance, we've bounced back really well.
Yeah.
Ryan's done a great job of keeping the team motivated, keeping them going and just plugging away constantly. And I think that's going to stand us in good stead this year. Personally, what am I looking forward to? Going to see some new grounds. I love free food, so a bit of corporate hospitality is always something to look forward to. So, yeah, that's about it for me. Just so long as I'm fed, I don't care.
You mentioned going to some new places, and it just reminded me, you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
So is there anywhere new you're going this year?
Oh, there's about 10 grounds that I've never been to this year. Good. I was in this division 7 years ago,
right.
But it's changed a lot in that time. So there's quite a few new places I'm going to. I've been to Six Ways before from my time in American football, but I've never been there for a football match, so quite looking forward to that. But there's going to be some great road trips.
Sure.
Enjoy the drive. There's me and a couple of the media guys all drive down to games together and then get some chips afterwards, and it's it's always a good laugh. Great. So I'm really looking forward to the away games. They're going to be an adventure.
That marks the end of our pre-season show at Quorn. Once again, a massive thank you to all involved, and we'll be back down as soon as possible. And we're also very excited to see how the club performs at Step 3 this season. A big thank you to Craig Wheatley on the production team here at Non-League Connect as well. And a special mention to Adam Etheridge, the club secretary at Quorn, for helping arrange this show too. We also want to send our thanks to Sean Wilkes, Ryan Beswick, Silvio Bello, Mason Frizzell and Tom Allsop, as well as Reese Fife. Until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see you this Saturday at 2:35 p.m. for the first Matchday live show of the new season.